Hey folks, just want to say good morning to all you tamers out there. Unless you play Beelzemon, Grandis Kawagumon, Bloomlord, or Metal Garurumon, sorry. So this is actually not the video I intended to make today, but it's the video you're going to get today because what I thought the big news was going to be was about the two new starter decks that released over here in Japan that feature the new Ace cards and the counter mechanics. That being the Metal Garurumon, the War Greymon, and the Metal Garurumon cards. However, Bandai had another surprise in store for all of us. They also dropped the updated restriction list, which goes into effect June 1st over in the West and June 16th over here in Japan. So keep in mind that all these cards on this list are restricted to one card per deck. They're not banned outright, but you can only have one copy in each deck. It's kind of strange the choices because it feels like half of this list is for Japan and half this list is for the West. So let's talk a little bit more about these. The first one, Impmon. This Impmon allows you to cycle through cards whenever it's milled off the top of your deck, and for folks who don't know, Beelzemon does just that. The entire deck is focused around milling cards from the top of your deck into your trash and gaining a bunch of effects, and then just destroying your opponent. And after playing against this deck for nearly 6 months now, it's strong. I don't know if you can make an argument about why this card shouldn't be restricted to one, because being able to re-mill cards after milling cards already for no cost is pretty crazy. Let's just imagine a scenario where you mill 2 cards off the top of your deck, and then one of those cards is this Impmon card. He's gonna let you mill 3 more cards. Now, if you take into account the fact that you have already put down your security and you've drawn your hand, that means that you're going through more than 10% of your deck with just these 2 cards. I think it's warranted. I don't know if there's a reason why anybody would dissuade me why it's not warranted. I think even Beelzemon players understand how strong their deck is. The second card we're going to talk about is going to be the Grand Kawagumon, the promo Grand Kawagumon who's used in Grandis, which allows you to Digiburst and gain Security Attack Plus, and typically allows him to do an OTK. Look, unless there are some cards that are coming out that we don't know about yet, then the Grand Kawagumon hit feels like it was done for the West and not Japan. So Grand Kawagumon here getting hit feels like they're trying to restrict OTKs to some degree. Impmon can do that, but I think it's more difficult for them to do it in a single turn, although it is possible. Grand Kawagumon here, being able to Digiburst and then smack security again with Grandis and then have one more attack to finish the game, is not that far-fetched, and with the new trading cards, the deck got a little bit stronger. So, Grand Kawagumon here being hit, I guess is okay. Nobody was complaining about it as far as I know, but I mean, I get it, right? Although again, it's still kind of surprising considering the Ace cards are just coming out, and those would be like the idea to stop OTK decks, so maybe Bandai is afraid that Grandis is just too big for the Ace cards right now to even take care of, and so for that reason they hit Grand Kawagumon. Blossomon. Now look, we've seen Agumon already get hit. Blossomon was kind of the other free level 5 Digivolve. The game has definitely sped up since Agumon was restricted to 1 per deck, and Blossomon was kind of out there with free reign, probably because it didn't have a inheritance effect like the Agumon did. But even now, without the inheritance effect, being able to get to level 6 so quickly seems really strong, and so for that reason, I think Blossomon got touched here. Again, nobody I know was really complaining about Bloomlord or Bloom Quartz or Rosemon, but I don't know all the cards that are going to be released in BT14 yet, and maybe that decision was based on what those cards might be. And then finally, the Garurumon. Now, this card here makes me feel like it was solely restricted simply because of this new starter deck that popped out today. The poster boy for this starter deck, the Metal Garurumon Ace here, is actually a fantastic addition to the already existing Metal Garurumon X antibody deck that exists out there. Now, you're probably wondering, why does this purple card in this purple deck fit so well into the blue deck? Well, that's because Metal Garurumon Ace can Digivolve from a Were-Garurumon Digimon no matter what the color is for 3. On top of that, you can counter or blast Digivolve here with this card, which means you can use it defensively, and then you can discard cards, gain memory, and then stop your opponent's turn from happening. And then also, you can destroy Digimon by discarding a card as well, which is incredibly strong. So defensively, you can destroy something. You can swing the turn back over to your side with using the memory if you discard cards in your hand. And that on top of the fact that Were-Garurumon is already pretty fast and can do tons of security checks in a single turn. It's funny because real life sometimes is stranger than fiction. Like, this is hilarious. I sat down at a local event today as this news broke and my opponent was using this Metal Garurumon deck and I almost died in 2 turns. So while you folks over there in the West probably don't understand why this card is getting hit, I understand completely, only after a few games of fighting against it. So yeah, Were-Garurumon being able to swing so many times, plus getting the Metal Garurumon out there to steal a turn and then get another set of swings, plus a security attack, if you're going to be using the inheritance effect here, is pretty wild. So the slightly unfortunate part here is that these cards that are restricted on June 1st in the West are not going to be restricted in Japan and the East until June 16th. So we have to deal with these for a little bit longer. On top of that, I have a 3-on-3 team tournament tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure everybody and their grandma is going to be getting all their Weregurumons out of their system before that time comes. So just keep me in your prayers for tomorrow, folks. Anyway, that's going to be it for this one, folks. Super short, super simple. At some point, I'm going to try and get some info out about these starter decks. I think there's a lot of interesting cards outside of just the ace cards themselves. So look forward to those in the coming days. As always, let me know your thoughts and comments about the restricted choices here in the comments below. Personally, I think that I agree with most of the restricted choices here. Blossomon seems a little strange, but maybe there's some info I don't have for the level 6s in BT14. We'll just have to wait and see. Personally, though, I will say I'm really surprised that these cards got hit, and yet Greymon is still out there active on the prowl. Maybe Bandai felt like it would be too soon to hit Metal Greymon and War Greymon after they hit the Greymon X antibody, but with the addition of the new trading cards, plus Cool Boy, plus Memory Boost, plus the Tie Tamers, Greymon is a pretty sick deck. Anyways, folks, I'm gonna get out of here. Before you get out of here, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.